the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride for my brothers, no lie. All you can die.
Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. I'll be back with you again with scores around the league at halftime. But kickoff right around the corner. And standing by to call the action, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Oakland Raiders. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Godden. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Certainly the game of the weekend, maybe the game of the year, the battle of the unbeatens as we get underway. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And out will come the leader of this offense, and that, of course, is their signal caller.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnists write? Possible air raid. So we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He's got daylight, the 20, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. It's their quarterback, 69 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The very first play from scrimmage, how about that? Talk about setting a tone.
And people always talk about doing exactly that in the first 5 minutes of the game, the first offensive and defensive series. Who's going to gain an advantage? Well, we saw exactly what happened there. A tone was definitely set by the offensive team.
On for the extra point, Giorgio Tavecchio. And that makes it 7-zip Oakland. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. So here come the Chiefs for their opening drive. As we get a peek at the former Red Raider and 10th pick in the 2017 draft, Patrick Mahomes.
And the tendency for most of these guys is to want to match things right away because they have a lot of confidence in their talent too. They just saw a big strike against their team, and you know they're thinking to themselves, I can get this back right now on one play. Well, if it's there, you take it. But otherwise, just go ahead and calm your team down. Run the offense, get things going, and see how things settle in.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 22. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a pass that's taken in by Hill. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
This is the offense we're going to see coming up in this one, and Travis Kelce will be key.
What a tremendous weapon he is, especially in the red zone. Knows how to find the end zone when running his routes.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the draw, here's Williams. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game. And that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's back.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Maurice Hurst coming in to drop it for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
And now Oakland ready to take the field. And coming off a one-play drive that was so deflating for the defense, what's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in because they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but to allow a run of that length, that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined? Are they ready to read their keys and make the proper plays?
And we'll see how determined they are. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. First carry for Josh Jacobs. Pushing his way through. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On 1st down, Davis dancing to his left. He's airing it out for Williams, and that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. a nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his second and sometimes third progression. That was a nice play.
Oh, it's a fake. They'll try and throw for it. And this fake extra point attempt failed big time. Not only did they not get it, they went backwards.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them to do that?
What was that? Maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film when those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set. To take over. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
.4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Williams. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. And he's got his receiver. That's Sammy Watkins. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. On first down, Mahomes. And this is caught by Watkins. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. It's complete to Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Throwing now is Mahomes. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career, and that ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past. Frank Wycheck Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. Now Mahomes. This is caught. Watkins. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run it with Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Damian Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
Yeah, that was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Extra point safely through, and it's now 13-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask.
And this is caught at the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Tyrell Williams with his 14th touchdown of the year, 2nd of the game. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly for 6.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. 1 play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This is fielded at the goal line. And now here comes Kansas City. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll run it with Williams. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Maurice Hurst able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return, and the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. He may try and run for this. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter.
53, line 53. Rip right.
Now. Davis now on 1st down. Buying time to his left. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the first half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort. So maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon. The lefty Tavecchio now to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded at the 2. And his guys are going to start their drive right at the 20-yard line. Here's Damian Williams making his way back out. They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up. Jonathan Hankins in on the stop. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Mahomes to throw. And that's incomplete. Normally, sure-handed Sammy Watkins had it and lost it. 3rd down here. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They've got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive maybe. Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Being chased out left. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further, as they get him down well short of the line to gain. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
We get slap happy up here sometimes.
Let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Raider 2.
First throw now for the backup Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Tyrell Williams on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Going up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Tavecchio to add the PAT. And that stretches the lead to 27. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away, it's Tavecchio. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Damian Williams and the Chiefs ready to begin their next drive. He's just been looking for some space. Yeah, I'm not going to pin it on him or the offensive line, but they need to get this run game going better.
Sometimes you just have to credit the defense. They came in with a plan themselves. So I think now you try and mix things up a little bit. Get the ball in the hands of some other people, find some other playmakers, but always let the defense believe that he's still a threat.
I was going to say, don't forget about him.
No, don't take him totally out of the game. Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Here a throw taken in by Watkins. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Mahomes going to throw. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Mahomes now to throw. It's Kelsey on the grab. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Picked off at the 45. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well. Well, so they've got him blanketed downfield, and this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. A new life now following the late turnover. Maybe a chance for points here before the break.
Yeah, pretty nice situation they find themselves in because they're really maybe one completion away from giving their kicker a shot, and that gives them a chance to get some points up on the board.
First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Carr now to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Carr forced out to his left. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Foster Moreau as the first half is winding down as his guys continue to pour it on.
Heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that could finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And the route is on here in this first half. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be taken in at the 1. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll start out west at Dignity Health Sports Park in Carson. And it's the Chargers who have the lead with that game getting close to halftime. The Chargers seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. We're not done with our tour of California as we head northward, this time to check on the Niners at home in Levi Stadium. And it's the visiting Washington Redskins who have the lead in that one. Paul Richardson, 2 touchdown catches on the afternoon. Finally, let's get to the desert to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting New England Patriots. Kyler Murray, 2 touchdown passes thus far. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to...
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. It's Eric Harris who picks it. And the Raiders are in for 6. Touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
So now Carr, he'll lead the Raiders up to go for 2. They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And is there bad blood here? I mean, go for 2 when you're up that much?
If there wasn't before, there is now. When you do that, you've just announced to everyone, you just don't care about the other side at all. All you care about is what you're doing, and they just want to pile up points.
They did. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This fielded at the 2. Now a hit and a loose football. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Josh Jacobs hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And nothing special there. They show they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
They'll try to run it with Jacobs. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, I mean, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think you might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On 2nd down, Williams. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up the 4th down.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them,
they get that little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Once again, it's Jacobs. And some room to work. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. We'll take a break and get a report from Oakland after this.
One down. 180. Check. 53's Mike. Watch the screen.
On first down, Anthony. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as he...
That's going to be caught by Williams for a Raiders touchdown. Third touchdown pass now for Derek Carr as his guys continue to pour it on. And that touchdown reception is the 5th for him in this game, and that ties the NFL record.
And a record that's held up since 1950. This is another person that's tied it, but think about this. Bob Shaw said it in 1950. Kellen Winslow came along and tied it. And then, of course, Jerry Rice tied it as well. And finally, we're seeing it here one more time. Phenomenal.
After review of the play,
they had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Tavecchio good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it ends with an Oakland touchdown. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here.
They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Williams. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 45-yard line.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in the East Bay. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Push him back. Push him back.
On 2nd and 7, Mahomes. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now here's Mahomes. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Mahomes now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Williams. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. So 1st and 2nd down went the wrong direction. They'll try to do better here on 3rd and 13. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And, oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And a short return to the 6-yard line.
Let's go. Intercepted. All day, baby. Let's get this.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. Steps away to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep, and this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Making 4 touchdown passes now for Derek Carr as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. Out now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. To throw again on 2nd down. Mahomes, 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Max Crosby make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Tyrell Williams heading back out onto the field now. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
The accumulation, the catches, the yardage. That means he's having a pretty good impact on this ball game and really helping his team out in a big way.
Means he wants the football again, right?
And his
got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, 66 yards as his guys continue to pour it on. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. That one complete to Hill. 19 yards the pick up there. Move the chains. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 2nd and 16. Mahomes under pressure again, and down he goes again. Shaq Lawson picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. After the sack, things get a little tougher here. 3rd and long for Mahomes and the Chiefs. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw. He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one will go down as 33 yards on the 3rd down conversion. Mahomes on target here to Hardman. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes completes it to Hardman.
It's a gain of 6. And a first down, Chiefs.
Mahomes will bring him up 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. Back to throw. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
The point after is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show.
And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Tyrell Williams with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This is taken at the 3. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Mahomes now on first down. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And that might just cement it. A return for a late touchdown. So that is now 2 fumble return touchdowns. And you talk about something that's going to drive a head coach crazy.
Without a doubt. But for the defensive guys, once you do it once, you create a frenzy. Everybody wants to get involved, and they got it done a second time.
Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that will extend this big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Chiefs offense now making their way back onto the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Oakland, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the New York Jets. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
The young credible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, credible, honestly unforgettable. You a joke like Chappelle Show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they actors, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020.